Here's just a quickie. Somebody asked me, how do you do a Star Wars title sequence in EDIUS? You know, the rolling credits that come up from the bottom. How do you do that? He actually said, how do you do that in VizTitler? But I thought, could you just do that with QuickTitler? And yes, you can. Pretty simple. I'm going to create a title, and then I'm going to add in some text. Let's take these words from EDIUS.net about EDIUS. And I am going to stick them into QuickTitler and then make it into a crawl. So let's just split it up into a few paragraphs. I've gone off the page here, so let me just go and open up the text input bar. And then down here I can come through and fiddle with it a bit more. Don't have to do this, you could do it on screen, but that's quite nice to use this thing sometimes. So there we are, I have now got some text goes off the screen. Should be yellow, so let's just click on this because Star Wars text was yellow. I'm going to center it. I have to admit Star Wars text is justified right to the edge with variable spacing between words, but you can't do that inside of QuickTitler, so I'm just sticking with this. And now I need to change it into a rolling title. Now to do that, I've got to click away from the text, because if you're on the text, this thing shows you the property of the text. Come away from the text, you can get to the properties of the title, and I'm going to change it to rolling from the bottom. Save it. So far, so rolling title. Probably going a bit too fast, make it a bit bigger so it goes slower. Now what I need to do is just take that and tilt it on 3D. Very simple. Opening up the layouter, go to 3D, and then find the rotation and work out which one tilts it. So I'll wiggle it. Oh, it's X, that was simple. It's not Y because that goes side to side. It's not Z because that goes round and round. So let's quick reset, tilt it. There we are. So now you can see I've got it rolling off into the distance, but it only gets halfway up the screen. So I'm going to have to zoom into this a bit. So let me go back to the top and move the Z position. The Z position moves it forwards and backwards. And I want to get it to the stage where it kind of fills the screen there and disappears off the top. Probably a bit more. So there we are. I've now got the words Star Warsing off into the distance. In order for this to work, I couldn't make the text go over the entire title. It had to go to a thin bit in the middle. But having gone to a thin bit in the middle, I've now got a Star Wars opening crawl, which is possibly going too fast. So let's just drag it out so it's a bit longer. There we are, going a bit slower. Now the final thing is that it fades away at the top in Star Wars. And as you can see, when it gets to the top here, it doesn't. It just gets cut off. So to add that fade, I am going to go to a mask filter, put it onto the clip. Then I'm going to stick a box on here. So let's put me in a big box. And I want to fade the edges of this box. So in order to not faff up the edges, I'm making the box way bigger than the original image, and then just putting the top up there. And then I'm going to activate the soft and then say, make what's outside the box transparent. Now you can see suddenly the top is disappearing. So let's make it more and more fuzzy. At the moment it's fuzzing both sides. I just want to fuzz the inside. So let's just do that. And then you can see that actually fuzzes the inside a bit more. And then watch the results. Oh, you get the idea. On it comes. And then fades off at the top. Simple. That is very simply how you can do stuff in EDIUS QuickTitler. It actually is amazing the number of things you can do with QuickTitler by combining it with other filters. Anyway, hope you found that useful. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of thing, and I'll see you next time.